Yeah, time to chat with Drew Blazsik about money and really what the heck it is. Good morning, Drew.
Good morning. Let's discuss about money. I like that. Exactly. So I was reading this. It is a journal, an academic journal that was a few decades ago that they printed, and it asks the question. This is really fascinating. I think it's going to go into our Catholic economics ideas. What is money? Like, you really have to think about it. You have to define what money is. And he goes, this is really cool. He goes all the way back to Aristotle, 4th century BC. And when he defined money as an abstract legal power, and this is really important, a fiat of the law summed up in this phrase: money exists not by nature, but by law. So Aristotle, he was saying the essence of money isn't a commodity that comes from a mine or a farm. It is created by nomos, which was the law of a binding custom. And the Greek name for money was nomissima. Aristotle makes the supreme distinction between money, which is abstract, and wealth, which is tangible. So this is, I think, real important. So it is the law that determines what will be money, and that's a fact of all three forms of money. So so he goes on to say, how a society defines money is a main determinant of who then controls it. Okay, so we define control as the power to issue and remove money from circulation and to determine who gets it first. Those are the two main importance of what money is. Like in our system is debt. Who gets it first? Whoever Congress spends over the debt, right? We're 1.5 trillion over the debt. Whoever gets that money first has the power. This is now a lot of people. The whole article goes on, or the journal does not like the gold system, and it does not like our current debt system. So it goes on and says, if a society defines money as a commodity, so let's say oil, let's say gold, silver, such as precious metals or other valuable commodities, then the wealthy will control not only their own wealth, but the monetary mechanism as well, since they can control that commodity. So if it's gold, the wealthy can't control it. And money is, how would you put it? It's the oil of the economic system as oil is to an engine. It doesn't get you places, but it makes it run smoothly. How you want to look at it that way. So such control over the money system can easily lead to amassing more wealth with little or no productive work. And we talked about that, like Catholic economics, we talk about usury, and this is going to be tied in, I'll bring in the next couple of weeks, that productive work, the way to lend money out is if something's a productive asset, it's producing something. Money cannot produce itself. And the famous quote, and I don't remember who said it, if you put in a dresser money and you come back 10 years later, you're going to have the same $2.
Yeah, right.
If you put 2 mice in there, you're going to have tons of mice.
Yeah, right.
It's not productive.
Money itself doesn't produce.
And Aristotle said that money is it's sterile. It's not a productive asset. If you use it as something productive, it becomes who amasses it becomes the wealthy.
And people would say, Drew, that they're putting their money into a bank or they're investing it here, there, or anywhere. But that money is being used to create something in some cases to have a return. It's not just becoming more valuable because it's sitting there.
Well, unfortunately, remember Silicon Valley Bank that went bankrupt? Yeah. What did they do? They took everyone's deposits and they bought debt, government debt. So it wasn't really necessarily a productive asset. They purchased 10-year securities, which lost its value because of increased interest rate. So he goes on and says, if the society defines money as credit or debt, that's today. So right away, who controls money then? Who controls the wealth? As it's generally done today around the world, the bankers will be in control since they dominate credit. They will then be the ones that have the ability to accumulate wealth power without productive work.
Let me ask you something, because we're going to be running out of time, but I have this question for you, just a practical question, and maybe we don't know that. What happens? Okay, we have this incredibly large national debt, $33 trillion. What happens when we can't pay it any longer?
Well, it's 2 ways out of it. They default on their debt, which
and then
could be war.
Yeah. Okay, war.
Yeah. The other option would be that they print, and they cause inflation to pay it back. So that $34 trillion, imagine in the future that everyone's making $1 billion per year. It doesn't seem like a lot.
Yeah.
And it just wipes away the middle class's wealth.
Yeah, and
That's
it just
what they
came
do.
out. If you want to buy a house in California, minimum income is now $480,000 required to buy a house in California.
Yeah,
Your
so-
family income has to be $480,000. That's the minimum.
Yeah, debt is used as a
crazy.
tax, or inflation is used as a tax, and we don't even see it coming.
Yeah.
They don't have to tax us. This wipes it out. But
Wow.
yeah, next week I got a lot more stuff.
Man,
on
we
this.
always look forward to all the good news. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's
Thank
either
you, Drew.
war, famine, or, just more debt. Thank you, Drew.
We'll be right back.